Before they reinforce.
What's going on, everybody? This is dkdynamite, and tonight we're going to be talking about Season 6 DLC from the maps, operators, weapons, and even modes that we expect to release in the next couple of weeks. Definitely stay tuned. But before we jump into that, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below, and also as a reminder, make sure you guys have notifications on to ensure that you never miss an upload, as we're about to witness one of the craziest finales to a DLC season that Treyarch has ever done. You can also use code DYNAMITE to save 10% off any order over at gameradvantage.com. Their link is, of course, down below in the description. Earlier this week, Treyarch did announce double weapon XP happening this weekend until the 27th in both Black Ops Cold War and Warzone. Take advantage of that in case you guys out there do have to finish ranking up to hit Prestige Master, want to finish your Battle Pass, or if you guys want to finish some Camel challenges that you may not have as of right now. But in terms of the release dates and preload for Season 6, according to the in-game timer for the Battle Pass, we know the final season of Cold War is going to start on October the 6th. And I doubt there's going to be a delay, considering it's going to be an unusual type of season for Cold War. It'll be out for less than a month, just a day under a month until Call of Duty Vanguard comes out. So it's going to feel like a bit of a shorter season, even though it's still going to be packed with quite a bit of surprises. In regards to the preload date, this Monday the 27th should be when the update itself does pop up in the database for PlayStation, and then we'll end up getting an announcement from the Twitter account PlayStation Size, who will then put in detail what the actual size of the patch will be. And obviously, based on how it's worked in the past, a couple of days before the season goes live is when the preload does go live first over on PlayStation. So October the 4th, also a Monday, should be when PS4 and PS5 end up seeing the preload for Season 6. So earlier this afternoon, we got our first teaser trailer for the final season of Cold War through the Season 5 outro cinematic cutscene. Hudson goes ahead and tells Woods it is time to pick up Mason so they can take care of the brainwashed Adler, who probably went rogue after the beginning of Season 5. Now, considering the mobile broadcast stations that are in Verdansk and the fact that we activated all of them with the numbers events, we know that Adler was somewhere close by to Verdansk, so he's definitely brainwashed along with quite a few other people. So I'm very curious how this is all going to turn out, but I am happy to hear that Mason is essentially confirmed as the Season 6 operator. A bunch of curious individuals in the community also went ahead and posted plenty of evidence over the past few weeks that Mason is in fact the Season 6 Battle Pass operator, and there'll be several skins tied to his character. And there are plenty of outfits Treyarch can choose from Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, even from Cold War. Definitely also expect a $20 Battle Pass bundle, similar to what we got for Kitsune at the beginning of Season 5. It'll cost $20, but it'll also come with an exclusive skin that you won't be able to get otherwise. But in regards to operators for the final season, not much is known about characters aside from Mason, but I think it's definitely plausible to see an hallucination or legacy type of Reznov operator skin. That would be fantastic. We already had him over in Blackout, and I think an idea I saw on Twitter a while ago that I still remember is maybe have a finishing move in Cold War with Mason that allows you to have Reznov pop out of nowhere and kill the enemy for you. Something as crazy as the zombie finishing move, the RCXD, even the helicopter just got added in with the brainwash bundle. That would be a fantastic idea that I would love to see. I also think Kravchenko is long overdue as a playable operator, considering how large of a role he's had in this game, especially for zombies. Wouldn't mind seeing him being added. I think Zykov is a character that does have a pretty strong chance of becoming an operator at some point, considering he was set up all the way back during the D Machina intro cinematic, and the intel throughout the past couple of seasons has also set up his character as somebody that's supposed to be important in the finale, whether it is the Forsaken who is mimicking Zykov to manipulate Perk, or if Zykov is indeed alive and survived all those years in the Dark Ether. It remains to be seen, but we do have some beautiful concept art that Fajordi went ahead and posted on Twitter of a possible Zykov operator bundle. Would not mind seeing him added whatsoever. The other theory I have for another playable operator is young Menendez. I think if this game's story, or the DLC season story, is leading into Black Ops 2, then it would be a really nice cameo, and I think it would solidify Cold War's place in the Treyarch canon. If Menendez popped out of nowhere in the final season, maybe, we go to a multiplayer map that he has control over. I mean, the Menendez cartel has been hinted at quite a bit in this game, and I think it would be very fitting to see Woods get captured at the very end of this game's life cycle to really tie into the opening of Black Ops 2. We also do know about a Kingsley operator from Vanguard. It's supposed to be a pre-order bonus for purchasing the next Call of Duty, but that operator hasn't released in-game right now. It's unclear if he's being saved for a bonus that's going to drop in Season 6. although I think it is possible we end up seeing him drop very randomly over the next week or two before the final season. I want to let you guys know about that real quickly in case you guys forgot about that extra pre-order bonus. In regards to maps now, we have quite a few rumors from some very interesting individuals over on the internet. You guys know exactly who these people are. And the first set of rumors deals with Launch and Radiation, fan favorite maps from Black Ops 1, or Launch at least is. Radiation's a bit of a weird one, but a part of Radiation was added to Blackouts. I made a good point in a recent video that there were quite a few areas of Blackout that definitely were going to be added to Black Ops 4 multiplayer, but because Treyarch's time with Black Ops 4 got cut short, a lot of those maps got scrapped. But luckily in Cold War, we've seen quite a few maps that were in Blackout, like Raid, Hijacked, plenty of others. So I'm excited for some more Black Ops 1 maps. I think they can look at maps that were released during the launch period of Black Ops 1 or even the DLC season of that game's multiplayer, which featured quite a few fan favorites, such as Kowloon, that definitely does deserve a remaster here with Black Ops Cold War. There were also rumors about Yemen and Plaza a couple of months ago, so it's unclear how many maps are going to drop in this final season. There was a rumor not too long ago that 12 maps were done for Cold War multiplayer that hadn't released yet, and that was before Season 5 came out. Since Season 5 released with 5 maps, could Season 6 release with 7? Or maybe 5 again and then save 2 extra ones for the post-cycle of Cold War entirely during Vanguard season? I think that's definitely plausible. I mean, if we have 4 remasters already rumored, then what's going to be the new map, right? What's going to be the equivalent of Echelon, Collateral, Yemental, Apocalypse, or Pines? What is going to be the new map that we end up seeing showcased in the Season 6 intro cinematic cutscene? That's a big question right now, but looking at the story, I definitely think it's possible to see a map take place close to Verdansk, considering that's where Adler is right now. So we're going to end up going to Verdansk at some point in multiplayer. That would be a little bit different than what we're accustomed to, but I do love how we know very little about the upcoming season of Cold War, since it keeps the stakes very high and the surprises are going to be extra exciting when they are revealed. Now, I also want to mention Fireteam real quickly, since we didn't get an update to Fireteam throughout Season 5, which is unfortunate. I'm a huge fan of the mode. I've used gameplay of it quite a bit in a lot of my videos this year. So is it possible we get one last map added to the mode, or even an LTM for that matter? I think LTM is a little bit more likely, and because of that, I think Treyarch is done with the Euro Mountains going forward. They haven't mentioned anything at all about extra regions. They're going to be added to either Fireteam or Outbreak, so maybe they're done with Fireteam. Maybe the player base wasn't strong enough to warrant adding in more content, but a big bang for Season 6 would have been them releasing the entirety of the Euro Mountains for Fireteam elimination to essentially bring us Blackout 2.0, but that seems like too big of an update for the final season, especially considering we do have a new Warzone map releasing at the end of November, so maybe they'll end up saving Euro Mountains for COD Mobile or Treyarch's next game in the future, right? But I hope to see more with Fireteam at some point in Treyarch's next Call of Duty. But in regards to a new Killstreak, due to the process of elimination, we know the K9 unit is like 99% going to be the final Killstreak added to this game. I think it was even before Season 1 came out, somebody out there on the internet went ahead and posted a list of upcoming Killstreaks, and the K9 unit was included in that list, alongside the Death Machine, the Thresher, the Hand Cannon, some of the other ones that ended up releasing. So unless they end up changing some plans behind the scenes, the K9 unit is probably going to be the last streak, and it's an iconic one from older Black Ops games, so I don't see why they wouldn't add that here into Cold War, but never say never. They might end up adding in a new streak entirely and scrapping the K9 unit. You know, keep your eyes peeled for any other announcements or teasers on Treyarch's Twitter. They usually end up teasing the new Killstreak or new game mode with their profile picture online. Now, we also are going to see 4 more Prestige icons added to Cold War, which, according to the UI of the Prestige shop, are the final 4 Prestiges. That's going to bring us to Prestige 27. I believe that's the highest Prestige we've ever gone to in a Treyarch Call of Duty, and considering Treyarch's going to be busy with Vanguard Zombies, COD 2023, they probably don't have any more time after Season 6 to update Cold War, which makes me very sad. I'm a huge fan of this game. You can disagree with that respectfully down below in the comments, but I'm sure the icons for the new Prestiges will be posted in the next couple of days from now. I do want to point out there are at least 2 Gunfight tournaments also left for Cold War multiplayer. According to, again, the UI of the Gunfight challenges, there are at least 2 more tournaments left, and as of today, they added in a new tournament, which gives us a reward of a Groza, a low threat blueprint for it, that is. So I'll be beating that as soon as possible, just for the sake of completing them, right? None of the blueprints are too crazy looking, but hopefully maybe one of the last 2 tournaments will bring us a reactive or some type of animated blueprint of some sort. That would be a great reward for going through a sweaty bracket that you guys probably get frustrated with very damn often. Now, in terms of rumors regarding upcoming weapons in Cold War Season 6, as of now, the only weapons that people know about are the FAL, a fan favorite from several different Black Ops games, the 1887 shotgun, or at least a shotgun that's similar to that. We had that as a shotgun in Modern Warfare 2, and a new SMG was also rumored not too long ago, so I'm sure there's going to be a ton more weapons added for the final season, maybe even a sniper, maybe a pistol. Keep your hopes up for something that's not too overpowered to where it gets really frustrating to wrap up this game's life cycle, but right now it's too early to tell how many weapons are going to drop in the last season of Cold War. I'm sure my melee weapons will also be added in. I know the side just got added as a bonus for the numbers event, but they'll probably do 2 or 3 more if they want to. I'm sure the roadmap for Season 6 is going to be stacked, and I really can't wait to see it. Now, the last thing I'll mention for multiplayer is that we're likely going to get some very familiar party games added to the party games mosh pit, which could include either Infected or Sharpshooter. Those are party games that often pop up in Treyarch Call of Duties, no matter how late it is in the game's life cycle. We've had Infected in many previous Call of Duties, and Treyarch did add the mode into both Black Ops 3 and 4, so I don't see why it wouldn't come back in Cold War. So if there's any mode out there you guys want to specifically see in Season 6, let me know your ideas down below in the comments. I'm sure they're going to go out with a bang with one final big update to multiplayer in terms of some fan favorite modes and other requests that have been made by the community. Sharpshooter is also a party game mode that hasn't come back too much in the past, but I really enjoyed it back during Black Ops 1 and 2. Maybe they'll consider that one as well. And luckily, we're going to feel Treyarch's presence even in Vanguard multiplayer in a couple of months, considering that Sledgehammer is allowed to bring back World at War Treyarch multiplayer maps into Vanguard in the form of reimaginings or remakes, and that makes me really happy about that, considering Treyarch is also working on Vanguard zombies. They really aren't going anywhere even when this game's life cycle is over. Now, in regards to zombies, we did get a teaser earlier this afternoon from Treyarch saying something big is coming, hashtag Season 6, hashtag zombies. Now, these blueprints do say, and some of this is blacked out, so we're going to try our best, Forsaken, something, exoscientific, phenomena, omega. It then said at the bottom right, and this is an omega blueprint, by the way, it then says, blank has been designed to the appropriate specifications required to hold, probably the Forsaken, height, width, and length must be exact based on our information. This is the approximate size of the Forsaken. Walls of chamber should be blacked out, which nullify any of, blah, 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 unnatural abilities. Approved by Dr. William Peck, March 28, 1985. We're going to try to capture the big bad, the Forsaken himself, who may be a separate individual from the Accursed One. People speculate to be Monty the Shadow Man recombined at the end of Tag or Toten. Maybe we have multiple big bads that we have to face at the end of Cold War zombies, and then even in Vanguard zombies later on in the future. I'm assuming maybe by tomorrow we could end up getting a map name reveal of some sort, or even a teaser trailer. If not, at the very least, we'll still get a new teaser over on Treyarch's Twitter or other social media channels regarding what is going to be 100% the final zombies map added to Black Ops Cold War. If they didn't have to worry about Vanguard zombies, I would say it is possible they keep updating Cold War throughout the next year or two, but that's looking really unlikely as of right now. From the week of the 27th through the 1st is when we should end up seeing a lot of massive trailers, marketing, and roadmap reveals for the final season of Black Ops Cold War. Make sure you guys have notifications on here on the channel. Stay up to date with just about everything going on with new Call of Duty information, even including Call of Duty Vanguard, which I can't wait to cover as that game does release. But in terms of a new perk, we did get confirmation that Death Perception is getting its own perk machine in the final round-based map, and people out there have posted images, which they shouldn't have, of the final perk machine, so I can't show it on screen for obvious reasons. Maybe check the description down below. But aside from that, another new perk is also confirmed for DLC 4 of Black Ops Cold War, and if we had to guess what perk it's going to be, right now I'm going to say it's probably a perk that's going to get enough love in Black Ops 4, or a perk from Black Ops 4 that would work perfectly in this game. I'm just going to guess winner's whale. For those out there that do want PhD, I'm going to say we're probably going to get a new perk, or at least one that we only saw in BO4. Maybe a tier upgrade for that new perk could then be PhD to allow us to not take splash damage from the ray gun or any other explosives. But seeing PhD as the final perk wouldn't bother me either. I do think it's possible we end up seeing a tier 6 added just to increase more replayability for the final zombies update in Cold War. Maybe a tier 6 for Juggernaut could be PhD like it originally was back before the game even came out. That was really heavy rumor that also led to some leaked gameplay that, again, I can't show you on screen. Or maybe the tier ability for whatever the new perk is PhD. If they want to go as far as a tier 6, I think that'd be great. Maybe add in a new crystal type entirely that we can earn by doing something specific. And all in all, I know tier 6 and tier 7 were rumored pretty heavily a couple of months ago. Who knows if that's scrapped content by now, but I figured I'd just let you guys know about that. I do want to bring up the possibility of seeing another Zombies LTM added to round-based maps. Since I thought we were going to see more LTMs added to the round-based maps this year, all we really got was Jingle Hells and then Cranked. Nothing else, so maybe they'll surprise us with a last-minute LTM to just go off with a bang with Cold War Zombies. I think Grief Returned have been pretty heavily requested by a majority of the community, or some other one of those scrapped modes that were supposed to be in Black Ops 2 Zombies. If they don't do that in Season 6, maybe they have some plans for a fan-favorite mode like that in Vanguard. I know Black Ops 4 was supposed to also release with Grief, and that didn't happen, so clearly Treyarch has had Grief in mind for a number of years. Maybe we'll finally see it in the next couple of months from now. But in regards to Outbreak, it was confirmed in the Season 5 Reloaded update that we aren't getting any more regions after Armada. I am a bit upset about that considering Outbreak is such a fantastic game mode, especially now after all the updates we've gotten over the past few months. If you guys played Outbreak back in February or reviewed it many months ago and didn't like it or said negative things about it, give it another try. There is so much to do now in this open world experience that I know for sure is going to lead to an even better version of Outbreak in future Treyarch Call of Duties as well, maybe even Vanguard. I think in Season 6 we could end up seeing another objective or a world event added to Outbreak at the very least. There are of course plenty of other regions they could have added from the Ural Mountains to both Fireteam and Outbreak, but Treyarch seems to have moved on from that map, which is a bit sad. Now, I'm not too sure about Dead Ops Arcade 3 or Onslaught, but I'm sure they'll give at least one good final update to both of those modes by the end of this game's life cycle. But when it comes to Warzone, we do know that the old mines were teased many months ago, back when Verdansk 84 first released, and I'm sure they'll finally open up in Season 6, unless that is scrapped content or a scrapped plan. This is the last season for them to update Verdansk 84 before it gets replaced by the new Warzone Pacific map as a part of the Vanguard integration, also featuring a new anti-cheat. So I made a theory, and I brought this up a few times already in case you guys didn't hear that theory though. I was speculating that maybe the old mines when they open up will resemble the Hoorah mines from the early campaign mission in Black Ops 1. That'll be very fitting for this Black Ops themed Verdansk, and also fitting for the fact that it's going to be the last season of Cold War, which is pretty heavily centered around Black Ops 1 lore and nostalgia. So that's just my theory right now about the old mines. Let me know what other updates you want to see to Verdansk 84 before the map officially goes away permanently. But last and definitely not least, we do have a Hallows Eve event releasing in late October, which, as I mentioned before, could end up replacing the Season 6 Reloaded updates, since some other rumors that I saw previously suggested that Season 6 Reloaded ends up releasing the day before Vanguard does. I find that very hard to believe that they'll save any content for 24 hours before a new Call of Duty, but maybe that's going to be the case. I'm currently speculating that Hallows Eve will be as big as the Haunting of Verdansk was last year, because last year the Halloween event did take the place of a Season 6 Reloaded for Modern Warfare. So with that being said, as of right now about the Hallows Eve event, we do know that both Scream or Ghostface and Donnie Darko will be playable operators as a part of the event. I'm excited for that. I think something big could also be added, like the Zombies LTM we got in Verdansk last year. They could bring that back for Rebirth or Verdansk 84. A lot is possible with that, but they also confirmed we're going to be getting Vanguard Zombies marketing from Treyarch right around the time of the Hallows Eve event. So it's going to be late October, way after the release of the final round-based map. But that is about it. This has been dkdynamite. Leave all your thoughts down below in the comment section. What are your thoughts on everything we know so far about Season 6, the final major DLC update coming to Black Ops Cold War? There will be a mid-season update of sorts, whether it's Hallows Eve or a very small Season 6 Reloaded, but let me know what other maps, operators, weapons, or modes you guys want to see added into this Call of Duty. Really hope you've enjoyed, and peace out, everyone.
We've got a serious problem. Salah said that the satellite's data recorder was destroyed on re-entry.
So what? I've read the report.
Forensics disagree. Soot patterns were consistent with it surviving to impact.
Adler made damn sure he was first there.
Perseus were on site. Could they have taken it?
Negative. Bodies were clean.
After what happened at Echelon. We have to assume he's compromised.
Fuck.
Adler's been off-grid working on something in Verdansk. We have no idea what he's been doing. We'll have to pull him in. Go find Mason. He knows what has to be done.